Hello, my very dear Aquarians. So, as I started working with your cards, before I pulled them, I asked Spirit where we were going with this. And what they showed me was you in a beautiful little grassy knoll. The moon is shining down and reflecting off a very shallow well type construction. So it's all old stones that are put together the way you might see them in the fields in Ireland, where they're all interlaced. And it's a beautiful little circle. And within it, the water is dark, 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 but there's the moon shining down and reflecting in it. And you're looking into this water, and it's like you're looking for something, some secret, something important, something almost like you're looking for some kind of divination. But what you really are focusing on as you're looking into this water is not your own reflection. You're focusing on the moon. Now, what Spirit is saying is it's time for you to focus on yourself, my dears. That very often as you are making changes, going through transitions, anticipating futures, you have a tendency to not anchor into your own self-perception first, but look to the outside for something. And you might be looking for it through divination, through other people telling you messages, or you might just be trying to figure it out by looking at the lay of the land around you or the circumstances that potentially are in a situation. There goes the cat. That you're in a situation, or I'm grounded now, or in something that you're anticipating being there. So what Spirit is saying is this is really a time for you to look at your reflection as a way to move inward, as a move into the wisdom of the water. Because remember, water, it's the unconscious, it's where so much of our creativity lies and where the intuition lies. And I did actually start this spread and then put the cards back in because I didn't have the image yet. So then I just quietly breathed and got the image first. I re-pulled the cards. But one of the cards that I put away was intuition. Instead, what I'm getting here is this. The message is intuition, but it's far more than just intuition and a hunch. It's the kind of intuition that is about connecting to your inner self. The first card that I pull in this spread is love. Okay, so this love, it's really talking about, this is not a love you give to some and take away when they don't behave properly. It's not a love you give to some and not to others. This is talking about love as being the essential frequency that unites us all, that animates all life, that animates everything. And so it's talking to you about getting in touch with that deepest sense of who you are. And that in that process, what you get to do is you get to slow down your activity, because sometimes what can happen, Aquarius, is in the attempt to satisfy what you think people around you want or what you think is needed, you can become very, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm just going to say you can become animated in a way that does not necessarily really reflect a deep feeling that you have or a deep purpose. It's almost like it can come out of an anxiety and nervousness where it's like, oh yes, as opposed to like a genuine laugh or opposed to just being quiet. There's that sense of needing to do something, to be approved of, to be seen, to be accepted. And again, human needs that we all have, but what Spirit is saying is, when this context of what you're doing now, it's to really be able to look beyond that and into something in you that is so much bigger than any of those behaviors. Because while those behaviors might be good, and it's not all about just being approved of, it's about doing things that are of value very often for you. It's that, but it's also linked to your appearance and to this image that you have of what is good for you to do, what is good about you to do, if that makes sense to you. What is good about it that encourages you to do it? But what they're saying is this. That can lead you to a sense of kind of a disconnection from that deeper sense of intuition, of higher guidance. And it can also be very, very exhausting for you in a way where your work is not just, ideally work is not just meant to be good, provide good service, provide good product, be enjoyable. It's meant to also nourish you. And this is sometimes where, as much as you value it, what you're doing, and as much as other people might value what you're doing, check into whether or not it is actually fulfilling you. Does it rejuvenate you? Does it give you energy? Does it nourish you? And not just nourish you as in, wow, that was great, I really accomplished that, I finally got that done. They really liked it, it was really successful. Does it nourish you in a way where you go away and it's like you can get into a bath and wiggle your toes and go, oh my God, that was wonderful. I just loved that whole experience, in a way where you really feel it in your body, because this is part of what you're being asked to do. You're being asked also to pay attention, to do only one thing at a time. I'm going to extend that because it's not exactly do only one thing at a time in the context of this reading, but it's saying don't get distracted. Don't get distracted away from that sense of being connection to your love, it being in connection to that loving essence of yourself. Look at your past patterns in terms of how you've dealt with change and growth, your purpose, your function, what your desires are. Look at where you might have seen patterns of where you were attacked or where you were attacking yourself by not honoring who you were. That's kind of important. And you're being asked, which comes out on top of the past, present, future, is the dreaming card. And to remember that dreaming is an act of creation. Our most life-enhancing dreams are our highest minds or spirits speaking to us about potential and fulfillment for the kind of life that our personalities and egos have limited. So dream big, dream in Technicolor, dream rich and full and affluent in all things. But they just reminded me of something that came in before and I skipped over, and it is this. Sometimes when you are anxious, when you don't know what it is you're looking for, when you don't know exactly where you're going, or when emotions come up that you haven't yet been able to relate to comfortably, you can go into the think, the do. So where do you take that energy? What do you do? Are you just going to take it up and look at the moon and go into fantasy? Or are you going to take that and you're going to use that in order to be able to look at yourself deeply and say, how can I stay still with this? And that's why the only one thing at a time is here. So look at that tendency in yourself to just get busy or to get distracted from being able to look at what the emotions are about where you are. Use your intention and the only one thing at a time card to slow down enough so that you can really pay attention to your dreams and let your motives come from that combination of that soul dreaming and that essence of love being you. That's going to help you cut down some of the anxiety, because for some of you it's a quality of a performance anxiety almost. Again, not in a way that's like not necessarily all about me, but it is about the support that you've gotten from being good, from somebody telling you that you're good. And what we would like ideally is for your sense of self-love and self-well-being to come really from you. Because when that happens, your dreams are just magic. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, my very dear Aquarians. I hope this is helpful. Take care.